spend some time on sums and products, right? There is a specific rule, and you all should know this, right? If we solve a quadratic, right, we can get two solutions, right? If the solutions are alpha and beta, remember when you solve a quadratic, you can end up with two values. Yeah. If you solve this quadratic, you can get two values, right? Provided are what? When you get two solutions. When? Now, something else. The word. When the something is something, 0. When the discriminant is more than 0, right? So you will get two solutions when b squared minus 4ac is more than 0. Remember that? Right, so if the solutions are alpha and beta, there are some rules that we can learn. We will learn that every time you sum up alpha and beta, that will be equal to minus b on e. And every time you multiply alpha by beta, that will be c on e. Okay? This is sum. This is the sum of the roots. This is the product of the root. What do you call these two things again? Alpha and beta, you also call them the roots, right? Those are the solutions and we call them the roots. Okay, so these are two rules that we're going to have to learn from any quadratic, right? And I want to show you a quick example. Do me a favor, solve this one, please. Solve 5x squared minus 10x minus 20 is equal to 0. All right, no, wait. I'm going to give it some nice numbers. Hold on. Go watch here. Right, just do me a favor and solve this one. Go take calculator and solve that one. Play calculator and quadratic more than right. Yeah, forgot it. What's the answer? -2. -2. What do you call it? Oh, yeah. 2 and 3. So +2 and +3. Positive, right? Yeah, right. So let's just see if the rules I wrote down there are true. Right? So I said that alpha plus beta, which is 2 plus 3, which is 5, is the same as what? So right now, Olive, watch this here. Watch this here. Alpha plus beta is 5, correct? Alpha plus beta is 5. Now you see, Manuel? Yeah? I just add alpha and beta, right? And I also said that alpha by beta is minus b on a. What a again? A is 2. What b, Manuel? Up. Well, beta. You just get A, B, and C from it. So B is minus 10. See now? This is A, this is B, and this is C. Right? So I put in minus B, so I put in minus 10, and I will get 10 over 2, which is 5. Are they both equal? See now? They both equal, right? This and this equal. Yeah? And now let's check out alpha by beta. 2 by 3 is how much? 2 by 3 is 6. So let us see if that rule will hold. So alpha beta is C over A. Well, C, Mary, C is what? Plus 12, right? And A is what? 12 divided by 2 is? So it means that the rules are true. Okay with that? So the rules are true, right? Copy it down. Right? That's just a check and see that the rules are true, right? Serena, you okay with that? Okay with that? So this is what I wanted to learn, right? The sum of the roots is this, product of the roots. Okay. Yeah. Positive numbers. It don't matter the formula will still work. Right? Even if you get a positive value here, the formula still works. Okay. So the sum of the roots is always alpha plus beta, is minus b on a. And the product of the roots is always alpha by beta, which is c on a, all the time. Right? Just watch this for 1 minute, right? Let's say I gave you a quadratic, right? And I divide everything by e. What will this become here? Become 1, right? And anybody remember what is C on it? What is C on it, Jalen? Right? Product of the roots, right? And what is P on E? Some of the roots, except for the sign, right? Better put the sign in front. There's a next way I could write a quadratic. So the general form for a quadratic is this. Y is equal to x squared minus the sum of the roots by x plus the product of the roots. Okay, so there's a rule that we can learn. All right, so I'll leave it right here. I'll leave it right here. And we're going to try a couple of questions. All right, copy it out. We can squeeze this in, you can go back and put out my view. Yes. Ready? No, that was just to show you that the rulers work out. So here's how question will really look, right? Here's how one will really look. So if I give you 2x squared minus 6x plus 9, sorry, let me make it nice for now, plus 8. Right? And of course, I want to find ABC. So part 1, I want you to find what is alpha and what is beta. Part 2, what alpha plus beta, sorry. Part 2, what is alpha by beta. And then to complicate things, I want to know what is 2 alpha plus 2 beta. That's to complicate things a little bit. All right? So let's start by doing this together. Right? Let me start with, am I picking you already? Picking you already. Right. So Amari, tell me what is A, B, and C. A is 2. Negative 6, the value and the sign. C is what? C is 8. Nathan, how is get A and B? Yeah, like math. Nathan, you. Yeah. How is get alpha plus beta? I have so I want to know what is some of the roots. What you will do? Put B over A. That's the formula. Oh. And so that'll be minus 6 all over 2, which is
That'll be 6.
oh, so the answer is 3, right? Yeah. Next, Nathan, how to get alpha by beta? And C is what? A is 2. Right? So the answer is 4. That's okay? But I have a problem here, Dominic. Dominic, I don't know how to get 2 alpha plus 2 beta. What do I do? Which one? This one? What to do? But I don't know what alpha and beta. What do you know? No, that's something easier than that. You see enough? You see enough? It says 2 alpha plus 2 beta. Anybody online see that? Anybody see that all? What to do? Multiply this by 2. Very good. So if I factor out 2 here, I'll get 2 alpha plus beta. Correct? And then you know what this is? 3, and so that'll be 2 by 3, which is 6. Easy, right? Good. Copy it down and try 4. Then I'll give you a hard one.
This is easy.
Auntie Manuel, is that ready? And are you? Take your time, copy them down, and we'll go out from there. I'm assuming that you can message the answer, right? Right? All the questions, like part 3 and 4, and whoever is given here, they generally come from these two. Right? So you have to figure out how to use these two together. Right. Finish? Emmanuel, how are we going now? How are we going now? Multiply what? Huh? X? You see that X there? But I said it near about 10 times already. What is that? What is it? What's this and this? How again that? How again alpha square and beta square? Huh? 6 pi 2? How you come up with that? You're making up things up. How you get up? Tell me now. Now let the man think now I plus not. Huh? Think about it. Look at what we did here to get this, right? What we could do here together. And I tell you, the hint is this and this. Could you do anything to this to get this? But you can figure it out, think. What is the thing? What you can do? What you can do with this to make it look like? What it says here? Squared. Let's get squared. By what? How you get 5 squared? That is basic thing that take your time and think it through. What is 5 squared? Huh? No. How you get 5 squared? The word and then we're going to 7. Well, how you get 5 squared? What does square mean? I will just keep the idea you go on. Right, so you don't know what's 5 squared? So how you get 5 squared? It's not the same. How you get 5 squared? Yeah. How will get 5 squared? How you do that? Yeah, help him. How you get alpha squared, beta squared? How you getting this?
Yes.
Right. So if you have alpha and beta and you square it, you'll get the same thing here. Alpha squared, beta squared. And we know what alpha beta is. That's 4. 4 squared is 16. Right? So squared, Emmanuel, squared means 4 by 4. Do you understand that? So when I ask you again, make sure you know what it is. Right? So write it down in words. Things that don't know, write it down in words, right? Are you okay with that? Yeah? right? So in order to get alpha squared, beta squared, you just have to square alpha and beta. But okay with that? Okay, then easy. So you say what happened. All right, okay. I'm gonna give you a medium. You don't have, give you a medium. 1 on alpha plus 1 on beta. How are you getting that? This one kind of hard. Right? Think about it. I'm looking for any ideas. Any idea? How we getting 1 on alpha, 1 on beta? Correction enough. I'm looking for some ideas. Sorry? Now, Kiran, what's your guess? What do you think? Huh? For this one, 1 over 3 now. 1 over, well, I'm guessing everything 1 over 5.
Này giờ mấy cái anh thu mà đi xin được bảo. Có sự của bảo.
You'll see this up here? It's not there. Right? This 1 on this, not here, right? 1 on beta, not here. So we had to find a way now to write this in terms of these values. So when I have two fractions, what you can do to make it move one fraction? Huh? What you do? Tama. Find the LCM, right? So you multiply. What you do? How you find the LCM here? Alpha by beta, and then what? What you do? I give you a general rule to use here. This by this, and then what? This by this, and this by this. Correct. Alpha by beta, then alpha by 1, beta by 1. This looks familiar now? What is alpha plus beta, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, what is alpha plus beta? And what is alpha by beta? What is this? Yeah, what is this? Right, but what is the value? Huh? Yeah, you're right. So the answer is 3 and 4. So you see what you have to learn to do? You have to learn to take this and write it in this form. Okay? Copy it down. Let's go again. Find it up. Okay with that? Right? So some of them will be simple like these, but some will be a little more challenging like this. You factor out 2 and you put it down. And you know what alpha plus beta. But no, that's alpha plus beta. So you can multiply this by 2 and then this by double up. Right? And we don't know what is this and this. That's a good idea, but we didn't know what was alpha and beta. If you want to find it possible, we can solve these two simultaneously, or we can solve in the calculator. Right? That's possible if you want. But what they want you to do in questions like this is write this in terms of this. Okay? Copy it down. Let's go again. Giving up good numbers for now, right? All right, so 4x squared minus 12x plus 20. I would like you to get everything again, right? Anybody writing it? Find each one. Everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I give a nice number, right? But you can also get a fraction of something, right? That is same answer. Make it up. But you know what to do. Once you know exactly what to do, I'll change it in a little while. Exam, my phone is not market. So I get it. That is like it.
I can't see that.
You see, huh? And I give a watch.
It doesn't. So what's that is?
Ready? Finished?
See.
So Nathan, you have no door.
Oh, I.
I think not. Come on.
That's the camera.
Go to camera off. Come now. Come on. Come on. Huh? Next one is her. Come again. I can't sign again. All 5. Come click and try. Alright. What you got here? Minus 12 over 4. There's a plus. So it's plus 12 and 4 is 3. Here's what? 20 over, which is 5. What you got here? 2 by 3, which is 6. What you got here, Emmanuel, for this one? Tell me what to do here. Tell me what to do here. Okay. Emmanuel, what to do here? Emmanuel, today, what to do here? You just do this one in the last example. Look at the last example. What is saying here? And it's saying alpha beta squared. So what's alpha beta? Huh? 5. I'll square it, right? What is 5 squared? 25. Right? And last one, alpha plus beta is
Sitting out that
what? What is saying anything? Which is how much? Divided by. That's it. Okay. Right. Let's go again. Are you okay with that? Right. Let's plug in the key, right? There is one rule that I would want you to learn. Right? Can I remove that? But yeah, can I remove this? There are some rules I just wanted to learn. I just giving you a few other. Right? There are some rules I wanted to learn. Right? But you could always move them up. 1 on alpha plus 1 on beta is always this. Right? That's the first rule. The second rule is alpha squared plus beta squared. That is alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. So what is here, right, Dylan? Suppose I ask you what is alpha squared plus beta squared. All you have to do is take one alpha plus beta squared and then minus whatever alpha by beta is equal to 2. That's okay? So if you see this, you have to work out this. All right? So you don't have to go and figure it out, but you have to learn these rules. Okay? And I want to give you one more alpha beta plus beta alpha. Anybody can help me simplify this out? But this will give you. Take your time and find the LCM on thing, right? You have 2 fractions and a plus sign. But you'll get underneath. Try and remember the steps here, here, here. Underneath. Let's do underneath first. Underneath is what? Underneath, no? What you do to get the denominator? Huh? And just multiply this by this. And how you get the numerator? This by this and this by this. To get that Vishish. Alpha by alpha. So these are rules that you have to learn all year. Alpha by alpha, beta by beta. That's okay? So if I ask you to find the LCM on this, simplify this is what you will get. How I getting this? How I getting this? No. If I give you a question and I ask you to find this, how I getting this? C over A. And how I getting alpha squared plus beta squared? Just using this here, right? No. Look at it here. This is straight from there. What this is? And this? How you get this? That formula there. Okay? Just using this formula here to get this here. Are you okay with that? Right? So these are 3 that you can learn. So if you see this, write up. You see this, write up. Okay? Copy it down. Right? So these are 3 more rules that you're going to have to learn, right? Serena, please send answers for this one, right? Take the time, work this one out. When you finish, call me. I'll take a look at the answer. I remind you of it. Let me finish. Call me, right? Look out A, B, and C. I remember I gave you the formulas here, right? For B and C, right? I gave you the formulas here. Finish? Right, let me see, Serena. Let me check out your answers. Good. 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 Okay. Good. Together? No, that's negative. No, that's 22. No, that's number 4. Right? So it will be minus b on a, which is minus 4 on 1, which is minus 4. Alpha beta, right? Alpha beta, right? Alpha beta is c on a, which is minus 3 on 1. Right? This is this formula here. So all you have to do is write alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. You write the formula. And then you write team was alpha plus beta. So you write minus 4 squared and then 2 alpha beta, which is 2 by negative 3. That's okay? So I just plug in the values in, right? Negative 4 squared, 16, minus and a minus a plus, 2 by 3 is 6. So you get 20. That's okay? You'll say not from the formula?
Yes.
And what's the formula for this one here, Mary? Huh? Otherwise, kill yourself working it out. And thank you if you have answered that. So come away to hey, but I mean just done. What you say? And what you say? And this is the answer for this. Right. So what is equal to alpha squared plus beta squared over? What is alpha squared plus beta squared? What is alpha squared plus beta squared? And what is alpha beta? What is alpha beta? Huh? Right? Negative. Right? You can leave it like that if you want. Yeah? It wouldn't be? For what? It wouldn't be?
16.
How you get out?
I can answer you because it's negative.
No. Alpha squared plus beta squared is this, which is this whole thing. This is alpha plus beta squared.
But it's square both sides.
Yeah, but it's squared up on each one. So it's alpha squared plus beta squared. This is alpha plus beta all squared. That's not the same as this. That's why I gave it a same. Expand this out and you will see it not getting down. Expand out this and you'll see it not getting. Okay. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? Let's add on one more to it now. Take your time here. Take your time. Good job, Serena. Try this one here. What this is here. Joshua, this one. What's called? Anybody? Any ideas? Which one? What's that? For alpha, what is it now? For D? Yeah. Not to get this one. Not to get this one. Anybody have an idea? Finding out. So what you did, you factor out alpha beta. There you go. If you were to factor out alpha beta, you'll get alpha plus beta. Multiply this by this, Nathan. So you'll get. And you'll get up. Multiply this by this. What you'll get. All right, so that's a little tricky one. So for working this out, Joshua, alpha beta is what? Yeah. -3. Alpha plus beta is -4. Right? So sometimes you have to kind of figure out what it is, right? All right. Copy down. One last thing we have to look at. Okay, so see everything there? That's what you have to learn for next thing. You have to learn those rules. Once you learn those rules, you should be able to do anything. We have to learn them, right?
It's not cute, man. But
You what? Everybody okay with that? All right, so we have one more thing to look at, right? We have one more thing to look at. Right? If you look at the last rule there, if you look at the last rule, right? What does it say? Right? It says that any quadratic could be written in the form x squared minus the sum of the roots plus the product of the roots. So if I want to write a quadratic colon, all I need is the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. That's okay? So if I look here, let's just say I did not have this quadratic. Say I didn't know it, right? So pretend I don't know that. But I know this and I know this. Can I get back this equation? Yes, by looking at this, right? So watch this here. X squared minus sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is minus 4. Plus product of the roots is minus 3. A minus and a minus is a plus. So that will be x squared plus 4x minus 3. Is it the same thing? Is it the same thing here? Right? So once you can find the sum of the roots and you can find the product of the roots, you'll be able to find back the quadratic. You okay with that? Right? So take a look at this question here. Right? Suppose I'm telling a different question, right? Suppose I said if x squared plus 4x minus 3 has roots alpha and beta, right? And I said find a new quadratic. Find a new quadratic whose roots are 2 alpha, and 2 beta. How are we doing now? I want to get a new quadratic, right? So how do I write a quadratic again? X squared minus the sum of the new roots plus the product of the roots, right? So the quadratic will be x squared minus the sum of the new roots right? Plus the product of the roots. 2 alpha multiplied by 2 beta. So if I could figure out this and I could figure out this, I will have this. Are you okay with that? So what is 2 alpha plus 2 beta? Let's work out this again. And just pull it 2 outside and write alpha plus beta. Correct? What was alpha plus beta again? What was alpha plus beta here? And it was 4 something minus 4. Yeah. So alpha plus beta is 2 by minus 4. And then how do I get this? 2 by 2 is 4. So that's 4 by alpha by beta, which is 4 by alpha beta is minus 3. So that's minus 12. And we got it. All I have to do now is to put the value back in here. So therefore, x squared minus the sum of the roots is minus 8. Product of the roots is minus 12. So again, x squared plus 8 minus. So it's x squared plus 8x minus 12 is 0. All right. So in short, all we have to do is find the sum of the new roots and the product of the new roots. That's it. Right? Once you find the sum, put it here. Once you find the product, put it here. And you're done. That's okay? But the problem is, remember, it will be new roots. So in order for me to get 2 alpha plus 2 beta, I need to know what is alpha plus beta from this and what is alpha by beta from this. Right? So you still have to do this again. Are you okay with that? Right? Nathan, just tell me what to do again to get this in your own words. How will I get the new quadratic? Fine. When you say I find alpha squared, take it down. Write it down and think about it. You'll explain to me in a minute. Write it down and take it. Someone will be watching and not listening and talk. Right? Yeah, let's pay attention. Because it wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Nice. Whatever. I'm not yet though. But again, that's one of the same thing. Right before anything. I mean, it is tomorrow when they're giving what we did in class last week. Okay. Right, and you, I'm assuming you're on. Without catching. Most people do. Right? So again, all we need to do, Jalen, is find sum of the roots, product of the roots. Looking okay? Right, but again, is you have to learn these rules, right? And next week, we will review product properties. If you ask topic that I will put that. I after you review it, we will make that part of it, right? So I think we should stand out something. Dominic, where this jacket is. Yeah, just in all okay. Just give them one thing, right? Serena, you okay with us? Oh, yeah. Let's go, last one. Last one. Good afternoon, please. Right, in case you're a little confused, I'm just going to give you some steps, right? These are the steps I want you to follow. Right up. Oh, yeah. I think you just follow those steps, right? And then write the answer. We're trying to get a new equation, right? So you wouldn't get a value, you'll get an equation. You don't call them out every time you puzzle. Take your time, follow each part, right? Right, here, here. Right? Okay. Well, yeah. Alright, so bearing on with it, check it out. Right, so alpha plus beta minus b on e. Right, so that's minus 2 on 1, which is 2. Alpha by beta is c on e is 1 on 1, which is 1. 3 alpha plus 3 beta, put the 3 on the outside. So that'll be 3 by this, which is 6. Right? When you're working on this here, you have to multiply properly, right? 3 by 3 is 9. Alpha by beta is alpha beta. So that will be 9 by alpha beta is 1. Right? So you get 6 on 9. So the equation is x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay, you have to write this last part here. So we get to write the equation. All right. So again, this is supposed to be a simpler part of quadratic, but you have to remember your rules.
Okay, 1 6.
Yeah.
3 and 3 by
3 by 3 is 9. Alpha by beta, alpha. So again, 9 by 1.